On CentOS, okay, let's just go ahead. So the setup is we have 3 hosts. One is going to be used for the master, and 2 are going to be used for workers. So I'll just show it from here. Okay, this is going to be used for my master node. Okay. Oh. And okay, maybe this, or what is this? Okay. And so as you can see here, this is our master. Here, let me restart. There's something funny going around there. Okay. I like to have 2 terminals. So let's see. I've also let's see, clutch. What is clutch? Cluster shell. Let's just make sure we have everything here. Okay, so I should be ready to. I'm gonna go ahead and just clone this repo. Let's log in. Actually, let me just share the setup prior to cloning. So this is where I'm gonna install my master, and then I've also set up. So I have 2 more hosts, which is 20. Two more virtual machines. They're ending in 29 and 30, and I've installed or set up a cluster shell utility, which is right here, and this is basically actually I'll add it on. This is just so that you can run commands on many hosts at the same time. So as an example, I've set up a cluster shell on two hosts. So clutch let's run the date command, and as you can see, it goes and executes date on these 2 worker hosts. So I've configured it. You can add as many hosts as you can. I've just configured it for 2 hosts. It should take no more than probably 15 minutes to configure it. And essentially, yeah, you probably just need a passwordless SSH, and then install cluster shell, yum install cluster shell, something like that, and then configure a file with all the host IPs, and then you should be set. You probably need to SSH into each host, and you should be all set. But yeah, there's the documentation. That was just on a side note. Okay, so let's go ahead and git clone our repo. Okay. Navigate to okay, so let's go ahead and install. So let's install setup CentOS. So here we're gonna set up kubelet and containerd, and I guess while this is running, I'll share. Let's look at the script. Okay. So basically, first it installs containerd. These commands I've just copied them from Kubernetes official documentation. So if you go to Kubernetes, you should find these commands almost exactly, probably. The only thing I remember changing is down here. So there's a TOML file, and Kubernetes mentions this on their documentation. But just make sure you need to add systemd cgroup equal to true. So I'm doing this programmatically, so it runs in a script, but I'll show you exactly the file. Actually, let's go ahead and grab it. Okay. And I'm going to log in on the right screen. I'm going to log into a worker host just to verify that that the Clush utility is working and installing everything. Okay. So here, as you can see, this kubelet is running, and containerd is running. So those are the two things that we wanted. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and share this file just so you can, because you might need to do this manually or probably even modify this line 36. So, okay. What is... Okay, here. So you might need to set this to true. Plugin, blah, 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 run C, system C group, true. By default, I think it does not provide these two lines. You just have to add them. Okay. So now we're going to... So this is one of my worker hosts. We're going to actually... We're going to copy... we're going to copy this to all of our hosts. You can see. And then we're going to... we're going to run this the shell script to install containerd and kubelet. So what was it? One CentOS. Okay. There we go. So that's executing on this host and the other worker hosts. 29 and 30. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Let's continue with the script. Kubelet config. This is also pretty much whatever the documentation says on Kubernetes. I probably changed nothing. The only thing I think I added was this. Just to add a systemd to the container deconfiguration. Okay. Also, maybe a word of caution is yeah, here. If you're behind a corporate proxy, you might want to set up your proxy environment here. If not, you won't be able to pull images. Yeah. So I'll just show. Let's see. Let me make sure I have. So see, I guess I don't have this. So after you install this on after you install the kubelet, let's go ahead and set up the environment. Just so that our proxy variables. Okay. All right. So here, and then I think we can go ahead and copy this to all of the hosts. And then we're just going to go ahead and prove here. Yeah, there we go. Oops. Next step. Reload daemon or daemon, however you say that. Restart. Okay. There we go. Active. Next, wherever we're planning on setting up our Kubernetes master, we run this second script, and we'll show right now the actual script. Oh, okay. Actually, let's just show something. Since we already have a containerd, before we deploy the Kubernetes master, let's run through some. If you recall, whenever you have the Docker client, you can do like a Docker pull. So here, there's no Docker. Docker version, no Docker. Much less Docker pull. Remember the hello world example? So we're going to try to pull this hello world using the containerd client, which is CRT. Oh, CRT, is it? CRT. Here, CTR. Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's late. CTR. So CTR version, CTR help. Okay, so that's the client. Now we're just gonna do some tests. So we're gonna pull that hello world Docker image. As you can see, it's pulled it. Let's list the images. There we go. That's the one we just pulled. And let's run the container. Let's list containers. I should have tried to list containers prior to, but okay. See, I'm not sure if it, yeah, no, it shouldn't run it by default, but okay. And yeah, to remove the image and remove the container, should be what, the other way around, right? First the container and then the image.